Tiger swim, climb trees.
Tiger's the biggest cat.
All that.
The lion like,
She need to win this fight. Grizzly bear.
I just sit there. I wouldn't
I seen the lion climb.
I just sit there. I ask for it to help me.
Shalom.
We up?
Yeah, we good. We the real, true Hebrew Israelites. This is the Gary, Indiana branch of Great Millstone. Before we open up, we're going to give all praises and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Akim out here laboring in this truth and sincerity. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
You got it, brothers.
You got that? Isaiah?
This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1.
I was about to get Jeremiah 30 and 7.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Bob Shah, can you grab that NOT? Go ahead, read it again.
In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
All right, what that day, the day that it's talking about is the day of Jacob's trouble. All right, go ahead and get that Jeremiah 30 and 7.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
The day of Jacob's trouble is when it's not gonna be no order in the streets, man. It's gonna be complete anarchy. All right, it's gonna be lawless times, as the book of Second Ezra say, man. You know, and in that day, back in Isaiah 4 and 1, that's the day that it's talking about. During the time of anarchy, all right, during the time of lawless society, 7 women shall take hold of one man, and it's not like a literal 7 women, but whatever amount of women is complete. The number 7 means completion. So whatever amount of women take hold of that one man, you know, whatever is sufficient for him, that's how many women he gonna have. All right, it's not a literal 7, but women are gonna know their place. Go ahead.
And why they gonna know their place? Because it's gonna be like the brother said, all anarchy. You know what I'm saying, going on. And basically that's gonna be the Most High showing them that, hey, you're nothing but a woman. All that masculinity that women have right now is gonna go out of the window. All that independence, you know, what they call it, black girl magic. You know what I'm saying? All of that is gonna be gone away, man. You know, in those times, man. Because then they're gonna. Cause what do they say now? I don't need a man. You know, I don't need a man. But now the Lord is gonna show them, hey, in that time, you're gonna need a man for protection. The man is gonna be the new currency. Gonna be the new silver and gold, man. Somebody get that too real quick for the brother Isaiah 13 and 12. Go ahead, y'all got this.
If I may add, they're covering right now the government, the white man. That's why they feel like they don't need a man.
Yep.
This is weird because I got definition right here. This is
Big Daddy Esau.
This is anarchy in Echelon online. It says absence of government. It says the state of people without government. It says confusion. It says a state of lawlessness and disorder.
Because Pastor Kabar went into that word metropolitan, you know, and it's basically a society for women. You know what I'm saying? Everything is microwave, you know, where women don't have to depend on a man. Because back in the times of old, she depended on the man for protection and for providing. You know, and in these times, you know, everything was made where she can feel safe, man. It's convenient, you know.
In our natural state, a woman is dependent on a man. You can read about that in the Willie Lynch letters, how these women have become in a frozen state of independency, right? In their natural state, they depend on their man, but now they're in their unnatural state, right? Because a woman was never meant to be independent, you know?
Yeah.
If I may,
Can you finish this real quick?
Hold on, before you get it, hold on, just to, hold on, Salakia. I'm trying to get it exactly. My bad, it's a little bit further down. Give me a moment. Hold on. Don't lose what you got. Here you go. This is real quick to the point. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. It said the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Con.
You can break it down, Ak.
Con.
The beginning of famine and great death.
We actually, the brother was holding 1633.
Oh,
we can read that too. Yeah.
Oh, Con. He said the beginning of wars and the powers stand in fear.
Yeah, Con. The beginning of wars, man. We already seeing that.
Yep.
We seeing warfare, and it's been warfare for the last what 5-10 years, man.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get worse and worse and worse, man. All the way into World War III, where we so close to it, people are already talking about it. Right. You know, it's saying it's inevitable. It has to happen. You know. Yeah.
He said, Salaki, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do then? These evils shall come.
Exactly, man. That was Ezra speaking.
Yep.
You know, when he saw the vision, he was like, "What am I going to do?" But the Lord told him what to do. You know, I'm going to protect thee. I'm going to keep thee. You know, if you call upon me, and that's what we're instructed to do. Call upon the Lord, man.
He said the powers shall be in fear. Right now they're in pride. Right? They think they're gods on the earth. Hey, but the Lord is coming back to humble them, man. Put them in the dirt. You know.
That's it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, say that in Psalms. Says show them that they are but men.
Yup, Psalms 9:20.
And that's crazy because that's who they protection is now. You know, they with their police, the law, and all of that. You know, but that's gonna go out the window in those times, man. It's gonna be all, like the brother said, all types of anarchy going on in that time, man, because it's gonna be survival of the fittest.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? People gonna be out here trying to, you know, make it and live, man. Trying to find some bread.
Yeah.
Trying to find something to eat, some water.
God.
You
like
know?
the apostles say, man, watch those post-apocalyptic movies. Like The Road or Resident Evil or, you know, Walking Dead. Walking Dead's a good one, you know? Because the zombies are going to be representation of the ones that languish.
Yeah.
The weak ones, you know?
He said, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Scourges for amendment, man. The Lord is sending it because you're going off. The Lord is sending these plagues upon you because you're going off. And He wants you to atone. But what? Go ahead. He
said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Exactly. They shall not turn from their wickedness, man. Because what? The Lord has predestinated you to be destroyed.
Yep.
You know?
He says, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yep. They're not mindful, man. They want to say Israel do not consider. Israel do not consider, man. Even to this day, even right now, Jake is getting fucked up, and they just don't consider, man. They don't. They run to any wicked means to get by, man.
That is true.
Yep. They run to, oh man, I gotta pay my rent. Let me cop an ounce. Let me get a pound. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Just ask, bro. Jake is reluctant to ask for help, bro.
Because they're not gonna consider that it's the Most High.
Yes.
Who's doing all these things, man? You know. Like the scriptures say, seek him while he may be found. You know,
Call upon him while he is near.
Yeah, because they're gonna be still in their slumber. You know, thinking that you know, everything is just this is just another phase of, you know, bad times. Yep. Like how the C-19 was. We'll get over this.
We'll move past it.
We'll move past this.
We'll rebuild.
Build back. Exactly. We'll rebuild.
Yeah, we'll rebuild. You know,
desolate places. Yeah, just like they'll look at their past currency issues like the recession, Great Depression. We had hyperinflation before, like when
the Great Depression.
George W. Bush was in office.
Or they'll think about the Great Depression because that's what they do. They always go back to their history of bad times. Like, oh yeah, we got over that time.
Oh yeah, like the 07 housing bubble when it collapsed.
Yep.
And then the .com bubble in '99.
Yep.
You know, but hey, this ain't gonna bounce back because it's gonna be the new world order of the global elites, man.
What makes it different? Things that are never happened before are happening. One, Ham and them, they linking up with Moab, man. And they adopted the currency of Moab's currency, which will be the modern day Chinese and Africans.
Hey, you can look at the weather patterns. It's like you know what time it is. They were saying, I was watching the news on the weather last night, and they were saying like this is the 6th winter in Chicago, in this region, Chicagoland region, where it was the mildest. We've been having some really mild winters.
Yeah, it is mild.
And they were saying, and this is newly, recently been done since they said it began in 2007. So from 2007 up to now, it's been 6 really mild weathers. You know what I'm saying? Winters. I mean, Slovakia. You know, since then, you know, it hadn't been like that before. You know. Like you say, new things. There are new things happening, man. It's letting you know that we're coming up on the end times. You know, global warming.
Yeah, basically a transferring of powers, man.
Yep.
You know, because the scripture tells you when the wicked rules deceitfully, you know that the Lord was gonna take away that authority, man. And basically, you're seeing that during the currency right now, man. He's taking away the authority through their currency right now.
Yeah.
You got all these different nations that's bucking up against Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? We are strong, man. Now they got weapons of mass destruction. You know?
And you know, it's bound to happen. If you look throughout history, there's no fiat currency that survived. Right? And that's what the dollar is. It's a fiat currency. They had over 500 different type of fiat currencies, and every last one of them failed. So it's time for the dollar to fail, man. You know?
That's right.
I got a brief for you, brothers ain't having.
Yeah, y'all can go back to.
God, just before wrong, you can actually jump to that 33. It's on point with that Montezon. Second Ezra 16:33. Todd, you can get what you had.
This is the reason why women are out of order, man. Because you know, Big Daddy Esau is giving them their liberties to gather abroad, right? And one of them is, you know, hey, they're working with us. They're working side by side with us. And, you know, and because of the status quo, they may get better positions, better paying, you know, jobs, you know, where they just gotta sit behind the desk. While us men, we still gotta go out there in the field, man.
Hey, if I make a lot of them ass gonna be duped into taking that Quran. Yeah. But they all this world anyway. Like you seen who they have over the black Eve simple ass. Look, I got my micro, you know. You know what I'm saying?
You take pride. Here you go. 2 Kings 18 and 21. Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean.
God, and bruised reed is a rod, all right, that's broken. You know, you got a lot of splinters and shit in it, so it's bruised. It's not whole.
Not sturdy.
It's not sturdy. So you putting your weight, your support upon this broken beam. Go ahead.
This broken society, man.
Yep.
Right?
Go to your house on sand.
You know, because that reed right now is representing the government, their system, man.
Because rod is representation of power.
Yeah.
That's
right. It says, even upon Egypt, on which of a man, I was thinking that you said it.
They call it a scepter.
Yeah.
Back in the day, kings carried scepters. Even the queen had a scepter.
And the Lord smoked her ass.
They smoked that bitch.
I was gonna say, if I may add, it's a broken reed at that.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord was breaking the scepter of the wicked, man.
Yep.
You know.
Through his wisdom, through his philosophy, man.
Wait till it get in full effect, man. It says, which if a man lean, it will go into his head and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, unto all their trust on him.
Exactly.
And y'all trust in this system, man.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a rude awakening when this system collapses.
That's right.
That's when you're gonna realize that, oh man, I put too many of my eggs in this one basket.
That's why I said, woe unto them that make flesh their arm.
Flesh their arm. Because arming yourself is you protecting yourself. That's why they call weapons. You arming yourself. Are you armed? Because you have protection. Our protection is Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but they're arming themselves with lies and deceits. You know, what the scripture say? Make lies our refuge. You know,
So they trusting basically in
Oppression.
they trusting in basically the system. They think that this beast system, you know, is gonna still flourish, man. But this devil has got them conditioned to trust in that, man. Only the elect is not gonna get conditioned and get caught up in that. You know, the election gonna prevail, man, and get the victory. Go ahead, bro.
There's an article that says the U.S. government has reached its $31.4 trillion debt ceiling, triggering fears of nasty fallout of America. what comes next is predictable.
If I may add to, I read, you was talking about that article, man. When you go into that article with the debt, that affects a lot of people that depend upon like Social Security, military personnel, retirees of the government, because they get that money from that. So when that's all stripped away,
even taxes,
hey, these people gonna lose their mind, and a lot of Americans depend upon that check, man.
That's it. Yeah.
Even brothers in the faith, depend upon that. So what the Lord is showing us, it's time to get ready, man.
That's right.
The brothers was going into how they said they got to June. Who knows what can happen between that period?
That's
man.
an article. It said they're gonna up the ceiling to hold out till June.
And we was just talking about that last night. Like basically, like for the especially for the men in the know, that's just like warning, basically, even more from the Lord. He's showing us that he's coming. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brothers, pay attention. This is the time right now to really, you know what I'm saying, get more and more closer to the Lord, man. Because we coming on times, man, your faith is finna really be tried. Like what the brother just said, even brothers in the faith, depend on them checks. Hey, the Lord got a way to show you, like who I stop everything. Who you gonna depend on?
Exactly.
Who you gonna put your trust in? Right.
Especially when it comes to our women.
Yep.
Like how the brother was touching on in the very beginning. You get them Social Security checks. You guys get them what's them checks when they injured? Disability checks.
Oh yeah, yep.
You guys get that Section 8. You guys get that child support. Food stamps, WIC. Everything was built to give you this comfort of not needing a man, which is what the brother opened up with the Isaiah 4:1. You got that Jeremiah 30.
That's basically the times that we coming up on, man. You know what I'm saying? We coming up on those times right now. Where the Lord is finna really be trying people's faith. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't in the right spirit, man, you can get caught. You know what I'm saying? Start get weary. You know what I'm saying? And weak. And be worried, man. You can't be that way, man. And the Lord testing brothers right now, man. It's all types of brothers right now catching hell. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But that's just the Lord trying, and then in the furnace of adversity, man. Getting your mind ready. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's all that is, man. And you gotta. That's why I said, be not hasty. You know what I'm saying? In a time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too hasty, man, because then that's when you gonna mess up. This is the time right now to gird up thy loins, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Done with that talk?
Y'all get what y'all got, brothers.
You can finish that
y'all got it,
4-1. And now I get that make not haste the time of trouble, because that's important.
Yeah.
It's important, man, because it's actually known even in the world's wisdom, because the Lord's wisdom influences the earth, man. It's a known thing. Whatever predicament you're in, always keep a cool, calm, and collected head.
Yeah.
It clouds your judgment to think with emotion, and to think irrationally. It clouds your judgment, to make hasty decisions.
And it's easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
Especially when like family involved or people that you really care about. You will be immediate to show that passion or that aggression or whatever, emotion that come. Because you care about them, right? You won't give a stranger a time of day, But the ones that get close to you, that's when you in your biggest test, man. I'm speaking for myself too as well, man. I'm going through that,
And you know what? Like the elder was saying, that's how we're being tested.
Yeah.
Because the detachment of this world is what the Lord is trying us by, man. Being able to set ourselves apart from being joined to the things that you love, the things that you even love,
Hey, the Lord's preparing us, seeing these signs. But only the scriptures say, well, wise men discerning both time and judgment. Yeah. So we're seeing these things like, oh shit. Yeah. And the Lord, brothers going through hell, the Lord is preparing our minds to literally start to walk out on faith, man. Yeah. Literally, that's all we're gonna have. Scriptures say, what the just shall live by faith.
That's it, man. All through the word, man, because that's what you gonna remember. In those different times, man. Me and the brother was talking about that earlier this morning, like how the Lord, he be grooming you. Like when you be reading and you meditate in your studies, everything that you read is for like certain different circumstances that approach you. You're supposed to take what you've learned and apply it. Yeah, like Paul said, he said strive. He said he who's striving for the masteries is temperate in all things. So basically, what's going on is you learning how to be, temperate, man, and learning how to deal with, different situations, man. You know.
Yeah, if I may add,
it's the word, man, that's really, grounding us. You know what I'm saying? Especially for those bad times that's coming, man.
That's why it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our
Cons, that's right.
And
That's
what
right.
is and wisdom? Knowledge is knowing.
Yep.
All right, and then wisdom is applying what you know.
Yep.
But understanding is when to apply it.
That's it.
You know?
Yep.
See what the Lord is setting us up for. He's giving us the strength to endure any and every situation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So nothing holds us back. You know what I'm saying? From following the Lord.
That's the furnace. That's the fire.
Can I get some scripture?
Yep.
That's the furnace of affliction, man.
God.
You know what I'm saying? We're in the furnace of affliction right now.
Yeah.
You know, all these, you got quiet.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, because as the brother had mentioned, was going through my head, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah.
And when you go into that word endure, it goes into harden.
Yep.
So with the Lord putting you through these different tasks and trials and tribulations to increase your faith, he's hardening you in the process to where when Jacob's trouble does come, now you're so grounded and rooted, you're gonna have no doubt within your mind that he's with you, man.
And what did he say? He said, him who loveth his mother, father, daughter, wife, son, more than you love him, you are not worthy to be his disciple. And so basically, man, we're all in them trials where the Lord is saying, hey, you may have to lose everything to come serve me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like Job, man. You know, you gotta be able to lose it all and still be right towards the Lord, man. Hold your integrity.
Yeah,
That's the process.
Because think when something's hard, it's easy to puncture. It's easy to prick at. So even that goes with another doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Or you losing something. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be easily moved by it. You're gonna be immovable. Unmovable. You're gonna be
That's what it says.
Steadfast.
Separate us from the love of the Lord, man.
Let me get this.
You know, we always abounding in the faith. You know,
we say Lord willing because it's all of the elect. We're just praying and hoping that we're written in that book of life, because everything's predestined. It's predestined and rated from the Lord, and we just pray that we uphold, man.
Pray that we hang on.
and that's why we do this. That's why we doing this work. The scripture says to make our calling and our election sure, man.
That's it.
You know, so we constantly doing this work day in and day out, and hoping and praying that we're making our calling and our election sure, man.
That's right, man.
You know, that's why brothers out here, man, in the cold, you know, going over these precepts. Each prophecy that takes place, we get more excited. You know, hey, it's all a process, man.
And it's part of being obedient.
Yep.
You know, to come out here to do this work, because that's what our Lord said to do. He said, "Occupy until I come." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the process, man. We're gonna occupy and prophesy until the Lord comes, because that's ultimately we us out here prophesying till the Lord come. That's the mercy of the Lord for the elect.
Precept.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is 2 Ezra 2. And 1, it says, "My son, if thou..." God, 2 Ezra on my mind. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and 1. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thine soul for temptation. Set thine heart aright, and constantly endure."
So when you come to serve the Lord, prepare. So you got in your mind like, all right, a temptation is coming. You know, what can I do to prevent myself from falling in that? You know, you thinking of questions like that, man. You know, preparing for the next temptation. You on guard. You know, because it's gonna happen.
Hey, a man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. You know, that's why Paul was even saying for brothers who have wives, be as though you have none. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all, and then he said, if you can, he said, be like me. You know what I'm saying? Don't even deal with these women, right? Because why? What come with women? The cares of the world. You know. So now, you know, the things that the Lord has blessed us with, you know, kids and stuff like that, has become a weight upon us, man. You know what I'm saying? So, so basically, you know, not being able to be confined to the things of this world, man. You're a dangerous person in society.
And I go what the scripture say. He said, this is what the Lord said, count up the cost.
Count up the cost, God.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta coming in to serve the Lord. You gotta count up the cost. You gotta be prepared. You know what I'm saying? To lose. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you came in here to do. You came to You gotta lose your own life to save your own life. You know what I'm saying? Your life don't belong to you no more. We don't belong to ourselves. We belong to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We his men, his soldiers, man. You know, and basically, the Lord said, hey, look, man, you gotta know what you're doing before you come in this thing, man. You can't, you come and serve me. You know what I'm saying? Not yourself no more. You know, hey, you got to do the work of the Lord, man. You got to be prepared for your woman to walk out on you because you're a man of the Lord. You got to be prepared for your kids not to deal with you and talk to you because you're a man of the Lord.
That's right. You got to be a soldier.
You got to be a true soldier, man. You got to be prepared, man. You know, hey, you'll get them back later. Lord willing.
Soldiers get the job done at all costs, man.
That's it.
But they say win at all costs, meaning, hey, whatever you got to do to win, you got to do it.
Hey, because what did the Lord, that analogy that he gave, like, basically when a man builds something, you know what I'm saying? He makes sure he got everything that he needs, man. All the supplies, the tools, you know what I'm saying? Unless, and if he don't do that, then he'll build it up, and it's not all the way built, then basically I roughly
laugh at him. They'll mock him.
Paraphrasing. People gonna look at him and be like, man, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make fun of him, you know?
So workman not to be ashamed.
Yep.
Steady to show thyself approved.
That's it,
workman
man.
not to be ashamed.
Yep. That's what Esau do with these buildings that we see. Before they build them up, they got all the supplies for them. They know what is going. Hey, that's how we is in the truth, man, through the Spirit. You know, having all the supplies right there, and we being built through the Spirit. You know.
I got a pre for right through you.
That's like what Paul said. He said, "He who runs a race, run on."
Yeah.
It's counting up the cost, man. You don't start a race and stop, halfway, like,
right. Turn back around,
you know.
You already halfway through the race. You know. Anyway,
this is that's like going
right.
Take on to get on and finish the race.
Exactly. You might as well finish the race. This is Luke 14 and 26. This is harkening on the point you was making. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intended to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost where he has sufficient to finish it?
That's it.
Least happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
Yeah, because here it is. Look, you building the tower. You digged up the ground. You laid the concrete wood to build the foundation, but you didn't build on top of it.
It saying this man, Luke 14 and 30, saying this man,
just a hole in the ground. Go ahead.
Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
Right, because I seen that in a movie once. They'll meet up in the middle of the field because the other side, they're like, damn man, they got us outnumbered. Oh shit, we better just retreat. Shit.
Boy, in the ancient world, they have prophets.
Yep.
And then they'd say, well, should we go to war? The prophet would say,
nope,
don't go to war.
Yep.
Or do go to war. And the wicked king be like, fuck that, we go to war anyway.
Yeah, like with Michael.
Yeah.
You know, he told the was it Ahab?
Ahab the king.
Yep, he told him. He said, don't do it. You know what I mean? And he went and got himself involved in that war and got smoked. You know? And then you got you got Judas Maccabees.
The king you just read in the book of Kings, who lead on Egypt. He went to Egypt for help instead of the Lord. You know?
They be having councils before they go to war, like, we had our spies and and they said that they have this and they have that.
Give the report. Yep, like Joshua.
Yeah, America got war councils. Every country got war councils.
And then that's how they decide. Like, well, no, we just chill out.
And so what? Like Judas Maccabees, man. he was an example of the Lord defending Israel, man.
Yeah.
Hey, cause why? That was wise counsel. It wasn't many of them, but they knew the terrain. They knew like how to move around the larger armies. They knew like, okay, if we're gonna fight against them, we got to get them to go towards this path right here. They got to come to us, and we got to be able to ambush them all the way around. Which is what they call today, what, guerrilla warfare?
That's because they had the Lord, man.
That too. Just period, man. So,
There's so many different wars like that in the scriptures, man.
Gideon.
Yep. 300.
Samson killed thousands with a jawbone of an ass. Hey, one Israelite man caused thousands to flee.
Yep.
That's the type of power that we have, man. And that power is going to return to us, man.
Right.
Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're going to have many to flee, man. When they see the presence of the Lord on his men. Just like in the past, man.
So what?
You have
to be fully persuaded in your mind, man. That's what it is. He said, let him who comes from the world, you got to be fully persuaded. Why? Because even when it comes down to the bricks of death, you understand that it's not over with, man. It's not over with. Like the Maccabean brothers, man. They knew as they was being tortured, as they was being killed for entertainment of the Grecians, man, they knew. They said it's not over with. It's not over with. And guess what? These are the souls that's continually complaining in the ears of the Most High, man. Saying, when are we going to do something about this, Lord?
You know what determines the man's power level? His faith. The level of his faith.
High value man. That's a high value man right there.
That's going to determine if you can look at a rock or that mountain and be like, move, and you believe it. Hey, the Lord going to move that mountain, man. It's your faith level. That's the difference in the power levels of the men. You're going to have the ones that's flying, hey, they believe they can fly, man. They believe the Lord gave them that ability. The faith, man. That's the catalyst that moves everything, man. Your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what you're gonna have to depend on in that time.
So, but ultimately, what that scripture is saying is counting up the cost. You gotta basically be ready to make it up in your mind. You know what I'm saying? To come serve the Lord. That's ultimately the whole thing. You gotta make it up in your mind, like, hey, man, this is it. This is my life. That's why the Lord said you gotta bear your own cross.
Precept.
He said he who is not willing to bear his cross daily, to come follow after him is not. He said, "What I go?
Not worthy.
He's not worthy."
Because it's a fight.
Yeah.
You bearing up the cross, you falling with it. You know what I'm saying? Picking it up, you need help with it. It's a struggle, man.
It's a struggle.
But you keep fighting. You keep bearing that cross, just like our Lord did, man, to the end.
All the way into the end, man. Like, hey, you run a race. Like Paul said again, you got to run off.
That's the old saying. It says beauty in the struggle. The beauty is getting help, man.
Hey, you came up in this thing, man. You got to
beauty.
Man, you want to finish it.
Precept.
You want to finish it, man. You want to stay in this thing until the end. All the work you done did, you don't want to. It's a scripture on it. How it go? You don't want to be out here doing it in vain.
Beating the air.
You know what I'm saying? Being out here teaching in vain. You know what I'm saying? All that time that rolled by, you've been out here prophesying and teaching. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, you get weak. You know what I'm saying? You get noodle legs, and you just fall. You know what I'm saying? And you back in the world, man.
Over Facebook.
Oh, right. Over anything, man.
Over anything.
Facebook, your girl, or you know what I'm saying? Your paycheck froze or whatever.
Your job,
whatever.
It's pretty much because that cross got a little heavy.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, he say, okay, I'm gonna put this down.
Also, it comes to lack of faith. Actually, I'm gonna change my precept.
Nah, you don't do that.
They fold under pressure.
Yeah, you fold up under that pressure, man.
13.
The elect not gonna fold.
Somebody
man.
get 1 Peter
That's beautiful.
4 and 12.
Can I get a precept real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Get what you got. Y'all got it, brother.
Okay, really good. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 or something like that.
I'll get that.
1 Corinthians 10 and 13, because it all comes from a lack of faith when you fall, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It boils down to that faith, man. That's that catalyst.
Yeah, correct. 10
That
and 13.
gas.
What it say? Yeah, 10 and 13, 1 Corinthians.
Real. It's like a car without gas if you ain't got no faith, man.
That's it, man.
You're not gonna move.
Yep. You got it, dog.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
God. You got it.
Oh, you got it.
there's no temptation taking you, but such is common to men. No temptation is going to take you out that you yourself ain't nobody else went through. Because it's common. Whatever you're going through, it's common for somebody else to go through too. No temptation is going to take you, but such is common to men. Go ahead.
It says, if I may add to that, and that's to you say that to brothers to encourage them, man.
Yeah, come. Because you got a lot of brothers be like, man, nobody understand.
Yeah, we
Bro, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Even if we don't understand, we here for you. You know, even if you feel as though we don't understand, we do understand. But even if you feel as though we don't, we still here for you.
Hey, that's like that remind me of what you just said. With Simon, when the Lord was when he was weak, when he was bearing his cross, he kept falling because they was beating on him, and Simon had to come and help him bear that cross up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way up to the Calvary.
Yep.
You know, hey, the Lord, he'll send you help, man. You got, like the brother said, you got the brothers, man. You ain't gotta do it by yourself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You ain't gotta do this thing by yourself, man. That's the beautiful thing about it. You going through something, you can talk to a brother about it, man. And brother uplift you, man, encourage you, man, to keep pushing. To keep on fighting, man.
Hey, the scriptures tells you to strengthen the feeble knees, man. You know what I'm saying? When he spoke to Peter, he told him what? He said, first, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up.
Hold on, there's more to this.
You got it, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. That have no temptation taken you, but such is common, such is as is common to man.
Go ahead.
But the Most High is faithful, who will suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
So the Most High is full of favor, man. But he understands the mortal flesh that we in. But he's not gonna give you more than what you know are able. So if you feeling weak, then it's because you ain't asking for help. You know.
If I may, like he don't put on, like you said, he don't put on nothing that you can't handle.
Yeah.
It's like everything that's on you right now, you can get it off you.
Yeah.
You know, you got the power through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shot to get it off you.
You can get through it.
Yeah, you got to find that. You got to find it.
And what you say earlier, that scripture means nothing to a man that have no faith.
Exactly.
You might as well put the book down and walk away.
That's why he said, be not hasty in the time of trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that first
Peter? You got that? 1 Peter?
4 and 12?
I can get it.
Hey, y'all got it, bro. I got it. You can break it down, Shamar.
First Peter, you said 4 and 12?
Yep.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you.
This is to try you. Why? Because you are now a man of the Lord. So now you got to be proven. You know, tested. You got to be tempted. Satan's gonna come to tempt you. The great tempter. Go ahead.
Hey, but you know what's so hard? Once again, man, this is all them writing from the past to encourage you today. In their absence. This was meant for encouragement, man. This was meant to build you up. But like you said, if you don't ask for the help, or if you're not dealing in the spirit, you know, you can fall by the wayside, man.
Hey, read that again, though, where it say, start with the time.
1 Peter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial.
Right, because what did the brother just read? Was that Sirach 2?
Yeah.
You know, he said, my son, prepare thyself for temptation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare yourself for these things, man. You know? And if you're prepared, then, you know, it's not going to be strange to you.
Don't think it's strange.
You know what I'm saying? Don't think it's strange, man. This is, look, because you're going through a purging process, too.
Say it again.
You're going through a purging process. The Lord is purging you. You know what I'm saying? Purging the world off of you.
Yeah, he's cleansing you.
He's cleansing you.
Through the fire.
He's giving you, he's taking that worldly mentality off and putting on the spiritual
There you go.
Purging.
mentality. Go ahead, brother.
Purging means to made pure. So basically the Lord taking you this rusty ass blade out the ground. Putting it in the, cleansing it with the word, taking you the blade, taking the rusty ass blade out the ground. He forged you. So you got to get all that draw stuff for you. So what do? Back in the day, they ain't have no iodine. You can lay the blade in and overnight all the rust. This is a microwave society. You got to put that shit in the fucking coals, man. You got to burn that rust off, and you got to pound it. Then you got to burn it. Then you got to pound it. Hey, that's tempered steel. Tempered steel is steel that's been heated and cooled 7 times, man.
And then afterwards, you got that beautiful sword.
You got
Hey,
that-
that's the men of the Lord,
If
man.
you can't see your reflection,
Nope.
it ain't done yet.
Hey, you gotta go through that fire, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of the process.
Yep.
Of being, being a true man of the Lord, man. That's part of the process.
Yep.
It's simple because you can stand the fire.
Hey, like I said, like the brothers going to, and the mighty of the Lord used the analogy of the sword.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is going to use, because we're going to be the swords.
Yeah.
We're going to come down and pretty much Jeremiah 16:16 going to come to pass, man.
Yep.
You know, well, we're going to fucking enslave you heathens, man, and rule with the iron fist. Like Yahweh Shai.
Hey, this is the Lord's army, man. Hey, so what is he doing, man? Just like if you was in Esau's army, you're gonna go through some hard trials in order to rank up. So it's same thing in the faith, man. You're gonna go through some things to rank up in the spirit.
Because you got to go through the straight gate.
Now you a general in the spirit.
Hey, you got to go through that gate, the straight gate, man. Hey, the difficulties, man. And it's like because you striving.
Yeah.
You're striving and fighting
Mastery.
and contending. You know what I'm saying? It's like you learning how to do spiritual Wing Chun. Wing Chun.
They said
Hey, you know what I was just thinking? I was thinking. I was thinking.
Hey, Wing Chun cold though.
But I was just thinking those old martial arts movies where they take you through those little tests, and one of the tests, what is it?
Yeah.
You gotta
Walk
walk
over the
over that.
fire.
You gotta walk
That's
over the
your
coals.
own.
Now I understand.
Yep.
Why they was going through that.
Then they got the proverbs like you have to defeat yourself to gain yourself.
Because that's it. The brother just said the key word, discipline.
Yeah, discipline.
That's why the Lord said, you don't hate mother, brother, and sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or wife. You know what I'm saying? You are not fit to be what? My disciple.
Right.
Going back to, you're not fit to be disciplined over what? Your flesh. Because what you're gonna end up doing, you're gonna end up yielding. You know what I'm saying? To the things of the flesh, instead of yielding to the things of the spirit, man. And that's when you're gonna get caught up. You're like, well, making excuses not come to camp or break bread with the brothers or whatever. Like, well, my wife, or my son or my daughter, all types of weak ass excuses.
Make an
man.
excuse to take the Quran.
Yep, come. Make an excuse to take that. Well, I gotta do it because it's my job. I gotta eat. I gotta feed my children.
Right.
And that's not to say that the Lord is unreasonable. That's not to say that, you gotta be, you ain't no robot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're not, there's certain things that, hey, a man of the Lord, spiritual men understand through the spirit, man.
That's it.
Certain things, the Lord will give you mercy on, man. But, for the most part of it, man, your whole ideal is to put the Lord first.
That's it. Go ahead, brother. Let him read that.
Start from the top again.
Yeah, come.
1 Peter 4 verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Which is to try you.
As though.
And basically, somebody look up that word try.
Oh, come on.
Man.
It means a test.
Means a test.
Get out my mind.
I want him to read it though.
Yeah.
It makes sense though, because look, there'll be like a trial run.
Yep.
That's pretty much the same word as a test run.
Testing. That's it. Yep. That's it.
Testing.
Hey, that's what Esau did with the C-19, man.
Trial run.
They did a trial run.
And who put the spirit upon them to do that trial run? Ultimately, the Heavenly Father. The Sith, and put the elect into a mindset of detaching from this place.
It does a lot in
I'm
what?
right there.
Because what do it do, man? It teaches you how to judge correctly, right? Judge righteously, and it teaches you how to have mercy.
But you gotta learn how to do that with yourself first. And that's it, man, to become the perfect judge. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's what the Lord is taking.
That's how He's teaching us.
That's why you gotta go through those fiery trials, man. You gotta be able to learn how to test your own self. You gotta look at where you at, like, and then you gotta be real. You're like, you know what? Damn, that was wrong what I said. That was wrong what I did. I did that wrong. Let me correct this and do it the way the Lord said to do it, because this is the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Humility, yeah. That's it, man. And then that's how you become battle ready. You know what I'm saying? For the real test. Then you can the Lord will move you up, man. More in the spirit, and you'll grow more and more, man. On fire for Yahweh Shai.
The definition of try in the Edamon. Screen for sifting. It say examine judiciously.
Examine what?
judiciously.
Judiciously.
Yeah.
That goes
Justice.
the
Yeah.
law. Go back to the law. Yeah.
Like
Judiciously.
Justice.
Through the law.
Yep.
You know?
Just.
And if you look at if you look at Esau's judicial system, hey man, they very particular. You know, down to the letter, the period, the wording in the law. You know, and that's how we got to be with the truth, man.
Because what did it say? A man can't. How it go? He said he can't make it into the kingdom unless he strive lawfully or something like that. Roughly paraphrasing. You know.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a post.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was with Bruce Lee. It said, it was one of his quotes. It said, you know what I'm saying? Pray not for an easy life, but the strength to endure a difficult one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's how a man earned his merit.
Yep.
A man earned his merit by the difficulties that he's been in life and overcome.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes us men. That's what makes us soldiers, man. You know, fit for the battle.
Yep.
You know, and that's why the Lord, he don't want no effeminate, because that effeminate nigga, he gonna fall off out of the fight, man. He gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? In the time, here it is, right? Like we was talking about, what's the guy that got the transmitter? He got the walkie-talkie. You know what I'm saying? He got the
radio.
He got the radio.
The communication.
RTO.
That nigga, imagine somebody with a weak spirit holding on to that RTO, man. And you running with him, and your whole mission is to protect him. But in his man, he gave up. Imagine him giving up.
Yes.
Now you can't get the messages out to the other troops where the enemy lay at, so y'all can try to devise a plan to overcome the situation you're in. Because this nigga gave up.
That was that nigga in Saving Private Ryan. He was his comrade was upstairs fighting the German soldier.
Yeah.
He was in the stairway crying.
His homie died.
His homie died. And then the soldier saw him and walked right over his ass like, you ain't even a threat.
It shows you like that effeminate spirit. It'll put that. It's like it's a cancer.
Yeah,
you know. You gotta have that out. And when you go into battle, that's what they did. Our people did in the past, man. If you're scared, you gotta stay home. Right. You know, because you will put that shit will transfer to other men when they were in battle spirit, battle mode, ready to risk their life for the cause. You know, so the Lord don't want that, man. In this military, man.
Now, feel that. But now look though, on the flip side of it, right? You have men that is matter of fact, I'm gonna pull this out right here. This is Luke chapter 22.
24.
I'm from the 32.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna start at 31. It said, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. So, hey, in the trial runs that we're going through, hey, bro, get up, come on. You know what I'm saying? Get up, bro. It's cool, bro. Dust your stuff off. Knock that off, bro. Repent, bro. You and your brother ear giving him encouragement because you don't want to see him fall. You see he sluggering in the back. You all the way in the front. You come around. You pushing him up. Come on, get up, bro. Let's go.
It remind me
you know what I'm saying?
Remind me of Matthew 7:1. Going to taking the beam out of your own eye before you get the mark out of your brother's eye. I understand why the Lord said that because, you know, basically it's going through that. He done been through these different things. You know what I'm saying? That experience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
To make him austere.
To make him better. That's why he said, now when you get read that again.
Yes,
he
sir.
said Peter had, he told him to,
He said, when you are converted,
then go strengthen your brother.
Strengthen thy brethren.
Right.
9 times out of 10, when you're naive, like I think when you're a child, especially being a young adult, when you're naive, at 9 times out of 10, you're kind of nice.
Yep.
It's like it's a characteristic of being naive. It's nice, being nice and carefree. But the more off-steering, the more experience you get, the more you start to be off-steering and more hardened. You know.
Yep.
You know what's minor about that verse? He told our brother Peter he prayed for him. He prayed for him. So he prayed. That's a past tense. So he already knew he was gonna overcome.
Hey.
The Lord knew he was.
Yeah, exactly. He prayed for he prayed on us on our brother spirit Peter
That's
for
how
him
you
to overcome.
That's how you know he the elect.
Exactly, and the Lord did that for his elect, man.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, and Peter had a moment where he did become weak.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know.
That's heavy.
Hey, the Lord was merciful in that moment, man.
He had a couple moments.
That's
He
the
was
thing.
walking on the water.
Yeah, and that's the head of the church.
Come on, man.
So how much more of those that's underneath the head?
When they were trying to heal that demons from that dude, and the dude was like, I brought them to your disciples and they couldn't do it. And all other scenarios, right? Because it's a trial to our merits, man. And when the Lord, because now what we're doing, we're strengthening the feeble knees, man. The feeble hands, the feeble knees, we're encouraging them. We're encouraging them, and hey, look, this is not the end all be all, man. Hey, there's a life after this. So guess what? You facing some hell right now, bro. But it's okay, man, because we've all faced that hell. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, think not that it is strange or nothing uncommonly has happened to you. You know, so many different scriptures, because all of these scriptures are meant to encourage us to continue to fight, even through all the hell that we're going through, man.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, every soldier got that. Every soldier got that trial they got to go through. Man.
That's it.
Go ahead.
First Peter, want to start the top again?
Yeah, you might as well just start at the top.
First Peter 4 verse 12. Beloved, think ye not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Yep.
So don't think it's, if I may add, so don't think it's strange. It happened to our forefathers.
Yep.
You know, and our forefathers went through way worse things that we're going through right now.
Time.
How about you being put in a den full of lions?
Yeah.
You know how much the immense faith that you have to go into that den, knowing that the Lord, you know, still is on your side.
Or a furnace.
Or a furnace.
And even after that, the apostles, man, they got beat, stoned, whipped, thrown in prison, ridiculed. They had to take boats to travel on horseback. You know.
Hey, Joseph, what? His brothers sold him into captivity. Was lied on. Hey, we finna be lied on. But yet Joseph held his integrity at the end.
That's the spirit, bro, because all of these stories was meant to give us encouragement in hard times, man.
It was all for our learning.
Hey, when we, like you said, bro, what we're going through, it ain't even comparable to what our forefathers went through. So when you sit back and analyze the situation you in, you like, damn, I'm weak as hell. You start to look at yourself, like, I'm weak as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you fail.
Because then what happens, right? You listen, reading the scriptures, and then there's a brother that's right next to you catching more hell than you, man. And you looking at that brother like, how is you doing it, bro? How is you doing it, bro? And now if you're a man that wants to that's fighting sincerely in the faith, you get encouraged by the suffering of the men around you, man.
That's right.
That's it. Go ahead, finish reading.
As though some strange thing happened to you.
There's some strange thing is supposed to happen, like the brother was going into, brother Uriah. You know, it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be tried. You know, you're supposed to be going through the furnace of affliction. You know?
And if I may add, because we were born in this system, this Babylonian system where they effeminized the man.
That's it, yep.
And the Heavenly Father, and when you read the scripture, it's a masculine book. That's why they working hard to get rid of that masculine energy, because when the scriptures say how it goes, bind up the strong man, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
It was the curses.
Yeah.
So, I got a brother always pull out the Willie Lynch letter. It was the Lord put the spirit on these Edomites to come up with that, man. It was all the curses. It's how the brother said in the ancient world, one of us used to chase 1,000. The scripture says it's going to reverse, man. You know, we gonna quake in fear when our enemy comes.
And the reason of that was what that new thing that the Lord brought upon the earth, where the woman shall surpass the man.
That's right.
So with the woman being the head, our men has been effeminized under this wicked ass system.
You gotta follow.
And so now the Lord is what? Detaching us from this system, you know what I'm saying, from this world. Yeah. And now we unlearning the habits in which we learned in this world.
He said he's creating hard times to make us strong.
Exactly.
You know, like that saying, what you go ahead and say.
Yeah, all these pedicure type, you know, like a soldier.
Hard times create strong.
Yeah, like your soldier, when you buy brand new boots, you gotta walk a long time so you can break those boots in. You know, now you good, you built calluses. You know,
and you harden.
Yeah, you harden.
It was ordained, like you're suffering for something greater. You know.
Right.
And that's beautiful how the Lord, he said, I pray for you. I pray. He already knew you was gonna go through this. You gotta suffer for greater. You gotta suffer for what's to come, man. You know, the kingdom,
the world.
you know?
And then what Peter say after that? He say, for the suffering of this, for our current suffering is not worthy.
Really, yeah.
That's all.
That's Acts 14:20.
For the glory exceeding something like that.
For the kingdom to come. Roughly paraphrase. Can somebody pull it up? I got the pre that you.
The brother got to finish the
Yeah, he got that one too.
Verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Mashiach's suffering.
Hey, rejoice like Peter and them. When they was persecuted, they rejoiced.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They like call, you know, they probably call Allah Yahweh Shah, calling in the name of the Lord, praising the Lord.
Hey,
That's what
it said that they was glad to be to suffer for the name for the Lord's sake.
Partakers
Hey,
of the suffering.
Yeah.
Paul got through in
exactly.
prison. He told the soldier not to kill himself. Then he converted the soldier because he saw the power of the Lord.
That's it. Yeah.
You know?
But you gotta realize though, they watched the Lord suffer, bro.
Yeah.
They was right there every step with the Lord, watching him live a life where he didn't have a home.
That's why they was witnesses.
Yeah, they was witnesses.
They was witnesses, man.
Martyrs.
Hey, like with Joseph, man. Joseph went from prison to rulership in an instant, in a snap. All because of what? He believed in the Lord, and the Lord presented an opportunity where he was going to shine.
That's it.
And it led to him what? Becoming pretty much the Prince of Egypt. This second, you know what I'm saying?
That's what happened when they put him into captivity. He was sent into captivity so he can feed them.
So he could save the
It was set up
Exactly,
already.
it was set up from the beginning.
And when we told his brothers, he said, he pretty much along the lines like, don't get mad, it was all pretty much the will of the Lord anyway.
They was so
That's why I'm not
he threw
hating,
him
I'm not
down
mad
there
at
so
y'all.
he could become that, because he had to save up food for 7 years. They had to, you know what I'm saying? He had to save up that food during the time of the drought, to where he was able to feed his brethren that put him in captivity.
Only he was gonna be able to interpret the dream.
Yeah.
The Lord only gave it to him to interpret that dream. So he like, look, I gave you this gift, but you gotta go over here with this gift. And you're gonna have to go through some hell, but you're gonna be able to give this gift to who you need to give it to to save the kingdom.
That's
Well, not the
suffering
whole
forgiveness.
kingdom of the world, but the kingdom of Israel, man.
And put the matter in today's time, the Lord got you going through what you're going through. Just for that hell. Hey, this hell is custom fitted for your ass. You know, it's custom fit.
One-on-one.
It's custom fit for us for the sense because who knows what the Lord might put with you in these times. You know, the elect are like unto little savers under the ultimate savers, Yahweh Shah. Because we the light bearers in a sense, man. So the Lord may put you in a jam just for the reason you go, like with Paul.
Exactly.
You know, the Lord put him in that prison for a reason so he could convert dude, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just like that.
Gone.
You know, it's no coincidences in this truth. You got people in this life, they think, oh, that's a coincidence. No, when you come into this truth, you realize there's no such thing as a coincidence.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. I know you got that precept still. We brothers hot.
Let me
Hey,
finish.
Y'all slide over. So not y'all. Y'all good. Yeah, that's perfect. And you come up some.
You're gonna be rejoicing with the Lord, man.
Cry now, laugh later.
Precept, if I may. James 5 and 7. 5 and 8. I'm start at 7. It said, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patient for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. It said, Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." So the Lord said, be patient, establish our hearts, which means get your mind ready, man. Get your mind right. You know, the reason why we're seeing these, the whole point of the prophets coming out to prophesy is to tell you what's to come, so in hopes of what? You repenting and preparing for that day. So you won't get caught off guard. You know?
It said right there that the Lord is waiting on the fruits. You know, hey, he waiting on the elect. He waiting on the elect to wake up, man. You know, and then shall the end come, like the scripture says, man. So once, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, cause like it said, the husband waited on the precious fruit. That fruit has to ripen.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get picked.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord is likening unto that for the elect.
That's right.
You know, when the whole elect is sealed, that's when he's gonna come back and deliver them, man.
Hey, first off, how's that fruit cultivated, man? Hey, it's gonna go through a little rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's gonna go
Maybe
through some
a
little
lot,
storms, man. Hey, but hey, look, what it's gonna do is
trying to
gonna
pick
suck it. Yeah, but it's gonna suck up. It's gonna absorb that rain.
Hey, Yahweh Shai said he was
You know?
a tender root in a dry ground. He wasn't that fair.
I got some more. I'm gonna jump
I
down.
attack with you, Locke.
I'm gonna jump down. James 5 and 10. Take my brethren, the prophet, who has spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercies. You know?
Tender mercy.
Tender mercy, bro. Pitiful. Why? Because he looking at us like, oh, Jacob, thou worm. You know what I'm saying? We worms in the eyes of the Most High, man.
That's the spirit.
Oh, wow.
I was looking at, bro.
And it's cold as hell.
That's a great question.
And it's standing right by the brother as he said it.
Hey, I didn't even know. But you know it's so hard, bro? Because look at our stature compared to this worm, man. You know, we can easily snuff it out. It has no defense, man. Or we can put it back where it needs to go and let it do what it needs to do.
That's the spirit.
This is Romans chapter 8, starting at verse 16. The spirit.
Can you jump to 18?
You said jump up to 18?
Oh, no, you was 16. My bad.
God. Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
So we don't need no DNA test. We don't need to go into this genealogy. It's all through the spirit, man.
The breadcrumbs line up. Hey, if it looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck, it's a damn duck.
Because you got these goofy guys, because I was watching a video on TikTok one day, and you know Jake be trying to be too deep. Like, yeah, you know how you can be the Israelite when the bloodline of the hoop and all this madness. Like, bro, shut your ass up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know these people are carnal, man. They don't know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? You foolish. You still eating swine, but you got all this knowledge when it comes to the scriptures.
You want to do
so-called knowledge.
You eat shrimp and lobster.
And sip it to the black woman.
The spirit bear witness, man. The breadcrumbs lead to the nation of so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. It line up, it fits. Go ahead.
Verse 17. If children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the Mashiach.
And that's why we call ourselves Hebrew. That's why we the Hebrew Israelites. The word Hebrew, the elder likes to go into it, goes back to from the past. You know, we the scriptures say, "Ask thy fathers, and they shall tell thee." You know what I'm saying? We seeking the old ways. The old paths, man. And the old paths are way better than this shit, bro.
And the other nations know, man. And we got accounts that, you know, especially Ishmael call us Yekka.
Yikwa.
Yeah, Yikwa.
They say it funny as hell, though. They be like, Yekka.
Yekka. They call us Yekka. Because they Yiddish shit like shalom. Yeah. You know?
Shalom.
And I said, I hung up on my dad. I was like, hey, shalom. And then Ishmael was like, shalom. I was like, nah, nigga, I ain't Muslim. I was like, nah, nigga, shalom, but I ain't Muslim. He thought I was Muslim. Like, nah, nigga.
Assalamu alaikum.
No, they say
shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, shalom.
Yeah.
Oh, we say shalom.
Yeah, but they said it like he thought I was Muslim.
But that's a serious.
Oh.
You know what? The Arabic is the closest to the Hebrew language, man. You know.
It said if children, go ahead.
It says, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Verse 18.
But you can't try to be a joint heir like when it's time to just get the benefits. You know, no, you gotta suffer too.
Yeah,
you gotta be a joint heir in the suffering too, man.
Yep.
You know, so that way you could be a joint heir in the blessings.
That's the purpose of the trials, because a friend is not known in prosperity, but an enemy will reveal himself in adversity.
That's
An enemy
right.
will reveal himself in adversity.
The enemy revealed himself in adversity.
That's right.
Hey, so when you see some of these guys, man, they fall out. You know, they now that adversity is in them, and now them colors coming out. When,
Right.
Like Elder Yahshua would say, well, you could have spoke to your brother, and you could have got down to the things.
Or you could just press toward the mark.
Yeah.
You can run toward the persecution. You know what I'm saying? You can just keep running the race. Be focused. Stay focused on our prize, man, the crown. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord has promised to us. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up into your feelings and your emotions, man, because that's where you're gonna get defeated at. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said be not hasty in the time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Even with that, be not hasty, man. Look, you really stop and think about everything, like, you know, even if you are, you know, you didn't do anything wrong. The scripture, like Peter said, suffer wrongfully. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord, when you was just going into it on 1 Peter 4, hey, suffer for righteousness' sake. If, at least, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord is gonna what's the word I'm looking for? He's gonna
advocate.
Who?
Advocate.
Advocate for you, man.
Hey,
Hey,
justify not thyself
Yeah, God.
before the Lord.
The Lord.
Hey, well, if you get cussed out, hey, for something that you did, you know, and you really didn't do it, or they it's a misunderstanding, and you could be paying for something that you did that the Lord winked at.
Yeah.
You know, because hey, we don't get fully penalized for everything that we do.
Con.
Sometimes the Lord give us some slack.
That's it. Yeah.
So hey, if the Lord give us slack sometimes, then you gotta return the favor. Hey, I didn't do it, but hey, you get cussed out, so take it, bro. Just take it like a man.
They're like, all right, come.
You know what's crazy?
Yep.
Your parents will tell you growing up,
Yep.
when they have beat you and you didn't do it, I'm gonna beat you for something that I didn't know that you did, or something that you're gonna do in the future.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Hey, the person that's issuing out that judgment to you, the Lord might want them to be judged as well, man. So by you taking the humble road, the Lord putting that on them. Because they ain't handling it right, man.
That's it, man.
You know, so hey, you have that go, man. You gotta look to the
Or
Lord.
just maybe not.
Huh.
Maybe the Lord just using them to try you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have it go.
That's
Hey.
how the way it go, man.
I forget the brother name of Chicago, but he said something mighty one day. He was saying, don't let your eyes see for you. Which means don't let your naked eye, you know, this eye, your physical eye see for you. You gotta look beyond, you gotta look at the bigger picture, man. You gotta be in the spirit.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. Yeah.
You gotta perceive, man. You gotta be perceptive. You gotta see through the veil.
Hey, it's easy. It's easy to go carnal first though,
Yeah.
because of this wickedness, and we're surrounded by it. It's so easy for when a situation come upon you. It's easy to act negative first before occupying in the spirit, because we're so used to that. You know, but it's like, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because you know what? Because that's, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I speak, you know what I'm saying, you know, from experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're dealing with that, man. You know, and it's truth, being in this truth, man. Certain things you might perceive in one way, but when really it's not that way. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what the Lord was taking me through was teaching me how to look beyond those certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? And also teaching me how not to get so emotional. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to just wait and see it through first. Because it might not be what you thought at all. You could just be completely wrong, man. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, all them times I was on that, man, I was wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? But call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get me through it, man.
Hey, even with women, like I'm using women as an example because you're not gonna do nothing, but with women, they want you to get a reaction. I've had multiple women tell me some bullshit out the side of their neck, and I'll tell the brother, he's like, bro, she wanted a reaction out of it. She wanted a reaction. You took it cool, calm, like, I want to break up. You're like, all right, have a good life. And then they go, wait, I gotta air some things out. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. And then I'll tell the brother, like, bro, she wanted a reaction out of it. That's with every situation. Same want a reaction out of it.
That's it. Jump on people, just demons.
Yeah.
You actually seen a video like that.
Provoking you. Exactly.
How because he want to blame you.
Yeah.
How was shot? How was shot could have lost control. And then we would have never got the truth.
He said, think not, I asked my father to send me 7 legions of angels. Lord,
Hey.
once I could summon a legion of 7,000. I could summon 7,000 angels.
And they say if this was my kingdom, they will fight.
Yeah.
That showed that he did want to kind of use his power, because when they came to come in, who y'all seek, he knocked their ass back. Like these mother, you know what I'm saying? But you got to stay obedient.
And you know what's so funny about it? They ain't even. It's like they didn't even notice that he knocked them back. Because if they would have noticed it, they would have probably been like,
Nah, we good.
"Hey, we good, man."
He got it. He won, bro.
It shows you that the Lord blinded their ass from seeing the power. You know, he blinded their ass. He wanted that all to happen the way it happened. You know, you got hit with spiritual power and didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
These the same people that was a chariot flying, leading them in Egypt. They ain't seen the Lord destroy the entire Egyptians, and yet they dumbass when Moses went to Mount Sinai. They built the damn bull.
He didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
He didn't give it to him. It said that. Moses told them that in Deuteronomy 29. He said, the Lord brought you out of Egypt. He did not give you the spirit, the heart to perceive. Even though you witnessed with your eyes, you walked on dry land.
Bro,
You still ain't got the heart to proceed.
could you imagine Lake Michigan open up?
And Lake Michigan deep as fuck.
And
that's
you
a
and the Lord
lake.
like walk through that.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you got it, Lord. Anything you want to do.
So
You
that's
would
why
think. You would think.
but they didn't, because that's why he had their ass walking. Had
And
their
the
ass walking
Reds,
for years. In circles.
Yeah, the Gulf of Suez.
Yeah.
And only Joshua
I got one.
and Caleb and the children was able to cross into the land.
Anybody hold?
You know?
Yep.
I got one. This is Deuteronomy 29 and 4. Actually, I'm gonna start up. Deuteronomy 29. The point is at 4, but I'm gonna start at 2. Deuteronomy 29:1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with the Horab. And Moses called unto all the Israel and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land. So they saw everything, plagues and everything. The great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs, and those great miracles. Yet the Lord have not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see and ears to hear until this day.
Because that was a faithless generation.
Faithless
That was
generation.
a faithless generation.
And they back.
This the thing. Like, here it is. The Lord has did so many wonderful miracles before your eyes, and you niggas probably still thinking the works. This was a coincidence.
Yeah.
Or maybe I prayed to this God and this God did it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know, coming up with their own vain, way of perceiving things. Man.
Yeah.
And just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh seeing the Lord fucking him up, but the Lord's still hard in his heart.
Next verse. It says, I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. It don't take 40 years to get from Egypt to Israel. They were just walking in circles.
It didn't even take 40 years for the Northern Kingdom to get over to the Americas.
But look what he say though.
God says, I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxing old upon you, and your shoe is not waxing old upon thine foot.
Another miracle.
Another miracle. What tunic you know lasts 40 years? You washing it.
You walking 40 years. Your shoe ain't losing.
Your shoe ain't lost nothing.
You be like, damn, 30 years old.
Hey, Benji said, I'm be wearing J's and Jacob's truck. He said, bro, he said, the Lord gonna take care of our clothes, bro. We're gonna be walking a week and we ain't gonna stay. Hey, you gotta think, bro, the Lord did it. He did it before.
Hey, he did it with Shadrach, Meshach. They was in the furnace. They said they didn't even smell like smoke. Not one hair of their head was seared.
Hey, he was in there with him. They was like, the king was like, who's that a fourth? That's a fourth man in there? Going in there with him.
Bro. But I kind of Tazian said the wicked generation. That wicked generation, it died off, and then the righteous generation was in Israel, and then they came back. Then they came back, and then remember when Solomon was ruling? I said there was no wickedness in the land. It came because every four or five generations it come back.
Yeah.
And then it leaves, and then it come back. Right now it's back, man.
And it was led through Joshua.
And we're back.
And what was so hard about it, Joshua, he saw them guys in that other land, man. Over the wall of Jericho. He saw them niggas. He was like, yeah, they might have some statue on them or whatever. But we just came from slavery. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord just parted the Jordan River to let them go through to get Joshua was in the mindset like, man, F them. That land look nice. He like, we gotta take it. I'll work for it, Lord. And that's the difference with them, because the Lord just gave them salvation. He just gave it to them. He said, hey, just put the blood post to the lamb with the dope post, and we leaving after this, right? But Joshua was willing to go take the kingdom. They was like, you said we gotta take it, Lord? All right, come on. He put in work for that, man. And that's the same thing. That's the lot we're in today, man. We gotta put in work to get into the kingdom of heaven, man.
You got something?
Good.
Okay, you got.
Just to back you up. This is Psalm, I'll start at 95 and 7. It says, for he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your heart, as in the provocation, And as in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways, unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest.
Because that's like a woman, man. Hey, that's like a woman. You study telling her, like, look, I love you. I got you. And you doing all the acts and being a man to a woman that you love. But yet this woman can't receive it. Because why? She's damaged. You know what I'm saying? Her mind has been, what is it? Yeah, she's seared. Like her consciousness is seared. You know, she can't get over her past experiences in life. You giving this woman all this love, you pouring into her. You like, look, I got you.
She's scorned.
And she's steady, yeah, she's scorned because of her past. She can't let go of what she been through in the past, man. Now she always in question of who you are as a man, but you always constantly showing yourself to be a man. And eventually, what happens when you get tired of that woman? You say, all right, you don't believe me. I'm not a man to you. You can't respect me and love me correctly. Then go off you go. That's what the Lord did to the children of Israel, man. He kept showing Israel he loved them, man.
That was in Judges 10:14. He pretty much was describing and telling them that I took you out of this captivity, but yet you still put people before me.
Yep.
So I no longer will be there for you. Take those guys that you put before me and tell them to tell us.
You know what's so crazy? That reminds me of Proverbs 1:20. You know, because he said, how long you simple ones? Was it 21? How long you gonna be simple?
How long you gonna be simple?
How long you gonna keep on being stupid? Don't you see every time when you do right by me, I got you. Woo! You know what I'm saying? But when you do wrong, you on your own.
Exactly.
How long you gonna keep on not recognizing that and being on your own, being stupid, man?
And you know what's mighty?
Man,
Every time the Lord put us in captivity, He brought us out.
Yep. And that's
His hand is constantly stretched, even in this time.
Yep.
You know, He even took the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, just like in Jeremiah 17:4, He took that from us. You know, our heritage, nationality, and gave it back.
I'm gonna say this, even adding what you said. He took the names away from us because He loved us so much that if we was to call on His name, He wouldn't be able to ignore us. He was like, I gotta get them. I gotta get away from them. I gotta turn my back completely. Like I gotta he basically changed his phone number. He changed his number, and then he put your number in it and blocked it, like just in case, like you know.
But then still looking at them, being pissed off at the people that got us. You know what I'm saying? Like now he angry at them for what they doing to us. Like that's
because you know why? Because he fought for us. Hey, that's like a man. That's like a man that put in work in his neighborhood, man. Everybody know that's your woman. Everybody know that's your woman. And even though she do things that you don't always approve of, you leave, you go do a bid or something. You hear other people been doing her wrong, man, and they know who you are. You know when you meditate. When I get back, I'm getting my woman, and I'm messing you guys up, man.
Like Django.
For putting your hands on my possession.
Django.
Beat the shot that Edomite.
Yeah, he did.
Say bye to Miss Lord. Bye, Miss Lord. And rolled off into the sunset with his rib. You know, that's what the Lord gonna do. He gonna ride off on the chariots with his rib, man. That's what you like. That's right. You know?
That's hard. Man,
That's
Lord,
like
man. He loved us so much, he took his name away, man.
Yeah,
he had to.
And then gave it back through prophecy. He never left us. You know, he's sitting there and watch, okay, cool. Now I'm not with you fighting these enemies. Now you gonna learn from them. That's crazy. Now you gotta learn from them, and then I'm gonna still whoop their ass. But you gonna, I'm gonna whoop their ass still too. But you gonna learn from them. You gonna learn how to be good at it.
Ezekiel 35. He said, even though she thought she was gonna have these two nations roll over them, I was there with them that whole time.
That whole time. Hey, it's the mercies of the Lord that we're not consumed. Hey, this says it right there. Hey, these nations would have been wiped us out if the Lord wasn't standing with us, man.
I got that for you.
Yeah, that's mighty, man.
Can I try this? Listen, quick. This is Psalms 124:1. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us quick when their wrath was kindled against us.
Woo! They would have swallowed us up quick if the Lord wasn't with us, man. So that means even when he said he turning his back on us, he was still right there. You know?
It
stretching
says,
out his hands.
Verse 4, it said, then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul, then the proud waters had gone over our soul.
Hey, them waters talk about the nations.
That's right.
And guess what, man? Us over here in Great Babylon, man, all the things that we had to endure here, man, and they ain't have been wiped us out had we been any other nation, man. Any other nation wouldn't have been able to put up with the plight that the children of Israel had to endure, man. And they put us through hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery. They beat and they whipped us to death. They made it a fucking sport, man. They raped our women. They sold our children, man. Hey, they put us on the voyage from the Atlantic slave trade. They packed us like sardines, man. In the bottom of the fucking boat, man. Do you understand all the things that they did to us? All the trauma that they etched in our spirits, man. It's not even just the flesh anymore. This shit in our spirits, man. They traumatized the fuck out of us in our spirit, man. And that's why the Lord is gonna give revenge on these people, man. That's why, man.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36, starting at verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith Lord power.
He said prophesy to the mountain, to the government, right? The government of Israel, the elect, man. All right, that's who this message is for. You know, that's who this word is for, the elect. That's the governing body, man. You know, so that's who he's speaking to right now. The mountains, the high authority. You got it, bro.
Thus saith Yahweh power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are...
If I may add, the lips of talkers, they mock us. Through the media, the propaganda, they make buffoonery of us. You know, buffoons out of us, man. You got fucking grown-ass men, you know, making clown out of themselves, dressing like women on television. And then they present it as in a form of comedy to make you, you laugh and you accept this shit, man. Bro. But no grown goddamn man should be wearing no fucking dress, man.
I was just about to be cool yesterday. They made The Rock gay. This very overly masculine man, they turned him into an alphabet character to make the movie funny, man. Hey, you gotta understand it's a miracle that we are able to get back to our Father, man. It's a miracle for us to be able to. This is one of the first miracles that the Lord performed, man. In these times, man, for us to be able to read these scripts and be like, oh, we're the children of Israel. That is a miracle that we was brought back to our heritage, man. Because they did everything to take it away from us. They separated the old from the young, you know, and then after that, they perpetually did, they meditated evil upon their bed, man.
They perpetually waged war against the children of Israel. That's because bringing out that's psychological war. That plays on your psyche. You know what I'm saying? Feminism.
Homeborn slaves.
You know what I'm saying? Feminism. That was meant to destroy the so-called black and Latin, mainly the so-called, Southern Kingdom, man. Although you got Northern Kingdom that feel that, but that really target Southern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom felt that curse. You know, the Judite woman, the nigger woman, pushing the man out the house. You know?
And that wasn't even our fight. That was the fight for the Edomites, man. The Edomite women. Jake was never over our women like that, just beating on them and shit like that, man.
It together.
Yeah, we was suffering together. You know, but then you get selfish, just like in the garden, man. You know, your ass got selfish again. Esau came with that fruit. You know what I'm saying? And now you living lavishly with it.
She had the garden. She had they was in the kingdom.
Yeah.
And that wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good enough for her.
That's
Because
why-
she wanted to usurp authority over a man, man. She wanted to get that control with Esau. She don't want to be over Esau. She want to be over her man. You know? She's submissive to Esau, man. I know you
good. Continuing on, it says, and are an infamy of the people. When you look at infamy, it means an evil report.
Or evil report, because we looked at, like I was bringing this movie out, Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah.
With a scene when they was in a fucking the store, the Korean store, the white man still in every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's comedy, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they like, hurry up and buy it, nigga. Hurry up and buy it. And you like, damn, I'm just coming to get a fucking candy bar. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he left $1 back. He was like, hey, you missed
got
this.
something.
This nigga stole everything. That's Esau. Ain't he whacking any nigga that's trying to make something with his... You know, he was whacking niggas anytime that was trying to do something with their life. Scratching them out, man. That's
He went
Esau,
to
man.
college, right?
Jay went to college, popped his
He
ass.
shot his head like, yeah.
Verse 4. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh power. Thus saith Yahweh power to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Thus, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
He said we like a prey, because they devour us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and back in the day, Jake owned gas stations. Now, who owned a gas station? You know, Elon, man, with the dot on his head. You know what I'm saying? With that music, man. Ishmael. Jake, back then, they owned liquor stores. Now, who owned it? Elon. You know what I'm saying? Now fucking Ishmael's frying chicken.
Fried chicken.
And some old ass grease at that, because these heat is nasty, man. They don't give a
First
damn
off,
about
they
you.
took the chicken from us.
Hey, bro.
They learned how to do it by us.
It's a Sharks in Indianapolis they had orders on the floor, bro.
Bro,
I seen that. That was
It had 20 orders it had cardboard on the floor, it had the order on the floor,
Dude,
bro.
just
Walking
around.
over it, barefoot, serving people food. And then one Jake hopped over the counter, recording shit. Hopped over again, like, nah, bro, I ain't eating this shit. Look at this shit. He was recording. They was trying to, know how they facing the video.
Yeah.
Bro, had they orders on the floor because these heathens are fucking nasty.
With that freaky ass music in the background.
That's why it's best right now, if you can, man.
Heathens make your food, no gloves on with they fucking bare hands, because that's what they do in their fucking country.
Serve you with his toes.
Like, bitch, use a spoon.
He grabbed the styrofoam with his toes.
Like the Somalians, man, they don't believe in tissue. They wipe their ass with their left hand.
Oh,
What?
You know what I'm saying? And because I worked at the airport with these bastards, man. That's ham. And they wash their feet with their socks on with the water and then put their shoes back on with wet socks.
So they got shit up under their fingernails.
Yeah.
Eyes glowing in the dark and shit.
Dookie hair, man.
I got the last verse.
It smell dirty too.
Oh,
They stink bad, bro. As soon as they walk into any establishment, bro.
And they look
Dirty.
like it looks smoky. They all look smoky. Like that. I mean,
Yeah, bro. It's like they brown. Don't look like Jake Brown.
No.
It's like they brown looks ashy brown.
They tan.
We all blood.
No, nigga.
Who was it?
No, nigga.
Either Elon or Ishmael that don't believe in deodorant either.
I think it's Elam.
Oh,
Elam.
Musty as
Elon
fuck.
Camp,
Oh.
they doing that shit.
They all, yeah,
Y'all got y'all scriptures?
Yeah. Okay, continuing on, it says, I spoke against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart.
Hey, they appointed our land into their possession, man. Hey, those people over there claiming to be Jews, they are not, man. You know?
the Balfour Declaration, it said, I think in the letter it said, it is my honor.
Yeah.
Something he was reading to Lord Rothschild. He ain't no damn Lord. Red Shield dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it says. It said, with the joy of all their heart and despiteful minds.
Yep.
God, shit.
Even Palestine, man. That's the other half of Israel.
And then this land. This land belonging to who?
That's why they bitch ass getting bombed.
Even Southern King, I mean, even in South America. Who benefit off the resources of that land? Not the natives of the land.
No.
You know?
It's just like the same as Levi going over there in Haiti, man. Even though that's quote unquote their country, they still in debt
To the French.
Con.
That's Haiti in debt to the French, Spanish, the Dominicans in debt to the Spaniards.
Esau still mad to this day that the Levites ran their ass out with that damn diarrhea, man.
Hey, you know, that's mighty. How is they in debt over a land that's theirs? Like, okay, just because they beat you in those wars, because there was wars over there for that land, and the Levites won. And then they end up fleeing and told them that they owe them for that land now. So that's why they're in debt. That is like not really, you know what I'm saying, real, because it's not theirs. You know, that wasn't their land.
Last point is in verse 7 to 8. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come.
Can you grab Psalms 137 and 7? You about to say something?
No, that's what's happening now through the Spirit, man. You know, the branches are being spread, the tree is growing right now, man. You know, it's a time for the tree to grow. It don't happen overnight. You know, it takes a lot of care, water, building up, man. The roots gotta go into the ground.
You gotta go underground first.
Exactly, before it come up. So it's a whole process that's happening, and it's the fruit is this word, man. It's true,
tidings.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
So remember, man, he asking the Lord to remember our enemies, our head enemy, which is Edom. Man.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's when the Babylonians, was seizing and taking us into captivity. It wasn't even their battle, and Esau ass was over there in the back. Raise it, destroy it.
It's like a prophecy. This is in the time of Solomon, but then they took Babylon took Judah in the time of Jeremiah. So they said raise it, so it's like prophecy. And then in Lamentations he said the same thing.
And they did it in the time during the Romans. Destroyed the temple. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall not he be. So the Lord likened Esau unto who? The daughter of Babylon. That's how you know this is Babylon the Great. It said, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
That's right, man. Payback, man.
It said, happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones.
That's what he did to us.
That's right.
Hey, when he came over here, Cristobal Colon came over here, man, he took us and dashed us against the wall, man. Strung up women, cut the baby out, and beat the woman with the baby, man. How cruel is that, man?
Let's
you couldn't just stop the lady in the heart. He had to overboard it, man. He strung her up, cut the baby out, over fire. Hey, but with the transatlantic slave trade, they would whip us, take the wood of burning wood and blow the sparks of the wood in the wounds.
You know why they had to do that? To put fear in Jake, man.
Yeah.
They had to go to the extreme, because Jake we are powerful people. So in order to enact that fear in us to get the men not to move, they had to do that. They had to go to the extreme, man. So now the men like, all right, I don't want that to happen to my family. I don't want that to happen to people next to me, so I ain't gonna act out. I ain't gonna fight this. I ain't gonna break his damn neck, you know?
I saw a documentary that said whatever you see on movies or novels about slavery, it was 10 times worse.
Yes.
So whatever you see in a movie or read in a novel or a documentary is 10 times worse than that.
So what that says for you, Esau, when we get to the throne, no mercy, man.
Ooh, double the 10 times worse.
Double.
No mercy, man.
No mercy.
We gonna be playing football with your baby.
We gonna strike first, but we gonna strike hard.
You saw how that dude kicking that motherfucking head. Bro, we gonna play football with these motherfucking babies, bro.
We gonna dance in their blood.
I was just thinking that.
Throwing them motherfuckers.
We're gonna dance in their blood.
Dance in their blood.
We're gonna put on. Never mind.
Yeah, man. I got one.
I got one if I may real quick.
Say that.
It says Deuteronomy 25 and 17. It reads, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt.
Hey, they was the first. I believe they was the first one to attack us, right?
Yeah, I go into
We asked to go through his land. He said no. Hell no.
It says Deuteronomy 25 and 18. And then Amalek is the head tribe of Esau Edom today, which is the you wish people, right?
You wish.
Modern day. How? Yep.
Modern day dot heads.
Deuteronomy 25 and 18. It says, "How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not God."
So scripture said Amalek pretty much attacked us, when we was tired, and attacked the
stragglers.
Yeah, the stragglers. The women and children. And the elderly. That's weak as hell, bro.
Hey, that's what he do. Right? That's what he does with the city. You got Eve, Jake working 70 years old in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And who benefit off the most of it? It's the small hats, the elites.
Hey, that happened during the Gullah Wars, the Civil Wars, like they like to call it. The Gullah Wars, the Native Americans, the Israelites, they was whooping their ass in the guerrilla warfare. So Esau went and killed the women and the children in the camps. The men was out at war. They sitting in the bushes and started to kill the men and the children. They've been doing this shit for centuries.
And what they wasn't teaching in schools, they also used airborne diseases too. So not just when they came as pilgrims and stuff, but they also did that during that war too. Knock out gathering.
Yep. They was whooping. The Gullah Wars, and Jake was coming together during those times, man. You had Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom whooping their ass, man. Yep. Yeah.
Oh boy, it says Deuteronomy 25 and 19. "Therefore it shall be, when the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it."
Right? You're never gonna forget it, man. Hey, it's gonna be one point in time on the earth, man. On this earth, it's gonna say, children are gonna say, "What is the Edomite?" Yep. We're never gonna forget what they did to us, man.
It's so hard.
Hey, wrap it up.
Okay.
Just to finish off, what's so hard about that is, Ezekiel 35 says, "Since they have not hated blood, blood shall pursue them." So guess what? They wanted to destroy us as a nation of people. The Lord is going to literally have us burn them and erase their memories from off the face of the earth, man.
Campfire.
Go ahead, get y'all going. Yeah, just real quick.
You doing that?
Yeah, that was it.
Psalms 149 and 7. Within 6. "Let high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written."
They nobles.
The
The top of these these guys, but they all going to captivity. Santa Claus.
They said, "Tell them the judgment written." There's nothing you can do against this. It's already written.
And you know how you get locked up? You get read your rights?
Yeah.
When you get locked up, we're gonna read to you what we're gonna do to you before we do it.
You have the right to shut the fuck up. Everything you said and did will be held against you.
In a quarter of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Notice it said and did. So you ain't taking it as bad. You ain't no say and do. It's said and did. It says, "This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord."
That's what we waiting on. The saints are patiently waiting to put your ass into captivity.
Thus saith the Lord.
It say that in the book of what's that? Revelations 13.
13, yeah.
Here's the
Oh,
13 and 9.
Is it
Yep.
13? Yep. It is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Oh, that's
13 and 9.
14. Oh, okay.
13. You got
To him who have an ear, let him hear.
Yeah.
And then they go further more to it.
Yep. And then the Lord also said, he said, what's that? I was thinking about Revelations 2 and 9 for a reason. He said, I had on the bow at you to show them that he had loved you.
Yeah.
Basically, the Lord ain't forget about us.
That's right.